911, what's your emergency? That was the beginning. A call placed at exactly 2:17 a.m. on a rainy Thursday in Des Moines, Iowa. The dispatcher on duty, Rachel Monroe, was halfway through her overnight shift. She had taken dozens of calls that night: a drunk driver, a break-in, a domestic argument. But this one was different. This one would haunt her for years. The voice on the other end was soft, barely a whisper. Female. Young. There's someone in the house, the girl said. Rachel straightened in her chair. Her training kicked in. She asked for the address, the name of the caller, and details, but the girl barely responded. The only thing she said clearly was, "He's in the hallway." And then, silence. But the line stayed open. Rachel kept the line live, speaking calmly, hoping the girl was still listening, maybe hiding, maybe afraid to talk. For nearly a minute, there was no sound at all. Then, Rachel began to hear breathing. Shallow, quick, like someone trying not to be heard. It went on, making the hair on her arms stand on end. She stayed on the line, dispatching officers to the location based on what they could trace from the cell tower. Meanwhile, she spoke gently, hoping to coax the girl to answer again. It's okay, help is on the way. Try to stay quiet, you're doing great. Then came the moment that turned the night into something Rachel could never explain. After nearly 6 minutes of silence and breathing, Rachel suddenly heard her own voice, but not in her headset. Not a playback, not a recording, it was repeating through the line. Only it wasn't exactly her. The voice mimicked her tone, her words, but with a strange, distorted echo. Slightly slower, slightly lower. Like something was copying her, imperfectly. It's okay, help is on the way, the voice repeated. Rachel's fingers froze over the keyboard. She glanced at the recording system, it hadn't looped. The voice was coming through the open line. But it was hers, and it wasn't. Then it spoke again. You're doing great. And then, something new. She can't hear you anymore, Rachel. Rachel's blood ran cold. She hadn't said that. That wasn't something from earlier. That was new. That was directly to her asterisk. She stood up so fast her chair rolled back and slammed into the desk behind her. A few other dispatchers looked over, confused. Rachel muted her headset and whispered, "Someone's playing games on the line." But the trace on the call showed no anomalies. No third-party bridge, no hacks, no reroutes. It was a straight call from a cell phone registered to a Karen Lynch, the mother of a 16-year-old girl named Lily. Officers arrived at the house 7 minutes after the call came in. They found the front door unlocked. Inside, the living room was empty, the kitchen light still on, a half-eaten sandwich on the table. They moved upstairs. In the hallway, a cell phone lay on the carpet. The call was still active. The room at the end of the hall was slightly open. When officers pushed it open, they found Lily. Or what was left of her. There were no signs of forced entry. No signs of struggle, just the girl, lying on the floor, eyes wide open, phone clutched in one hand. The strange part, the time of death, estimated by the coroner, was placed at around 2:10 a.m. 7 minutes before the 911 call was made. Rachel never returned to dispatch work after that night. She gave a full statement to the police, underwent psychological evaluation, and eventually moved out of state. When asked years later in an interview whether she believed what she heard was real, she replied, "I know what I heard. It was my voice, but it wasn't me, and whatever it was, knew my name." The case remains unsolved. The audio recording was filed, reviewed, and quietly sealed. Police stated the cause of death as undetermined, and the case was closed due to lack of evidence. But to this day, some dispatchers swear the line still picks up interference on the anniversary of the call. And sometimes, if you listen closely, they say, you can hear Rachel's voice, whispering back. Even when she's not there.